I like seeing that from the Latino. Somebody that's open to something besides a handout. It's hard to fault people when they take handouts, and they go for the Democrats because they give the handouts out because they're really they need help. They're going where the help is. Because we used to help our community ourselves. It's hard for us to do that anymore because we get taxed to all high hell. So the churches, the people don't have the money in the community anymore because they go to the federal government. So it's hard to fault people. This is not making an excuse for the system. It's just stating the facts. But it's good to see a Latino who's willing to stand up for the church, willing to stand up for doing things right. And I would hope he would stand up for no illegal immigration ending. It's got to stop. I'm not in favor of an amnesty. I do think our system is broken. I think it's very hard to come here honestly. I think that's the problem that we have to fix. Because as long as we don't have a poor system, people are going to cross illegally. And as long as we have the drug war, the fake drug war going on too, it's going to give cartels an incentive to push people carrying things across and to proliferate the border as much as possible, because they're carrying narcotics across it. So really, we have to end the drug war. We have to end it. I'm some libertarian. Regardless whether or not you use me, you have to agree. We have to end this. It's the enemies are fathers, brothers, mothers, and sisters. It funds gangs, gives the cartels money, and that helps spur illegal immigration because they give people, say, hey, we'll guide you across, carry this big bale of weed from you, and that's part of the problem. And so, I like to see though that I would hope you'd be for us fixing our system, but telling people that you got to do it right. And it sounds like you might be for that. He's a church guy and all that stuff. The one thing actually, the important point I wanted to make when I saw this video is that I agree with him. This guy's brave and courageous for standing up against what is minorities in this country have been sold a lie that the Democrats are on their side. Really look at immigration. Bush had this immigration bill when he was president, and he killed it. The Democrats. See, they say that they're for the Latino minority, in our country. They say, well, Democrats are, we're for them. We're for your rights. We're for your right to immigrate. But we want to amnesty or whatever they want to pass citizenship. The fact of the matter is, they've killed a lot of the attempts on immigration reform. Why do they do it? Because they want that carrot on a stick to dangle out in front of you like you're a little political tool. And this guy sees it. This Eduardo guy, he sees it. He sees that you are being used as a tool by Obama, and in the meantime, he's destroying your church and your values and the family, and our economy as well. People want to come here and find jobs. It's getting tough. I'm a contractor, and it's like, I have a couple of Latino guys that work for me, and they're great workers, hard workers, so I wish I could hire more of them. I wish there was a good way for them to become citizens, but there's not. And there's more and more Latinos sitting on the sides of the street by Home Depot, by Stock Building Supply, by all the places, especially down the valley here in LA. They're just waiting, looking for work, and there isn't any. And Obama's not the answer. And God bless you, Eduardo, for saying what the truth is about this man, about Obama, how he is the enemy. And I, as a libertarian, right-wing guy, will also admit, that while he is the enemy, the Republican Party is not always an appealing alternative. It's really not. Because we want to, we talk about no amnesty, but we don't say how we're going to make the system better, like other than highly skilled laborers coming in. Well, hold on, I have a problem with only highly skilled laborers coming in. We're a country of immigrants, there's many Europeans that came here with nothing in their pockets. They could barely afford the boat ride over, but they came here and they made something of themselves. I think the big problem with our country today, though, is that we accommodate too much. This is America. People used to come here from all over the world to be Americans. They learned English, and they integrated. They kept some of their cultural heritages and stuff. I'm not asking you to abandon who you are, but they became Americans. And now we have this whole thing where we have African Americans, Mexican Americans, Latino Americans. It's like, no, you have a Latino heritage, but you came here for what we have to offer, and so you're an American. And if you don't want to be called an American, don't come here and take what I have to offer, because you're benefiting off the largesse of freedom and liberty, but you don't want to take the title of American? I'm not asking you to abandon your culture. I'm just saying, think about what you enjoy and where it comes from. And I think I think if Latinos did that and they realized they tried to assimilate a little more, not forget who they are, where they came from, and their traditions, but assimilate more into American culture. So I mean, we didn't walk around hearing our language our country speaks all day. I think Republicans would be a lot more open to a more open and easy, if you're a good person, immigration system, or if you're a good dude who wants to come here and work, my Statue of Liberty, give me your poor, give me your weak, give me your hungry, give me your tired. Come. But I mean, the fact that they have not assimilated, and it's the Democrats' fault again because they have not encouraged assimilation. They said, no, multiculturalism, which is the bane of all existence. Because I'm straying away from the point I wanted to make again. The multiculturalism is the bane of all existence because culture is a defined set of things that make up what you are as a whole, as a country, or as a society, an American society, American country. And there's certain things, that I mean, you can keep your principles, your old traditions. There are principles that are American, and if you don't accept those, I mean, you can't really be part of this whole thing because you're undermining the whole idea. This whole thing about about multiculturalism. It's like you can't have multiple sets of defined multiple definitions of what you are as a country and stand for. I mean, there's American principles, and they can't be muddied up. It's part of our culture. You can't have multicultural. You can't have multicultures. You can't have more than one set of principles that define you. I mean, that's why they say define you, because those things that are all-encompassing, freedom and liberty. And if you support viewpoints that are contrary to that, in your cultural belief, you can't bring them here and be part of this because it undermines the process. And why are you? What are you gonna do? You're just gonna stand and enjoy it because you screwed it up, and then you're gonna leave if you fuck our system up? No, that's insane. If you want to come here, but become American, assimilate. Though, and then I bet you more Republicans, conservatives, be open to the idea of a more open immigration policy and saying no amnesty and not giving a better solution. We need to. I mean, we need to be a more appealing option than Democrats. Which I don't think is very hard. It says dangling a carrot in front of us, saying vote for me, right? But not ever changing it, fighting the people who do. So the point I was going to make with this, though, real quick, is that I saw some comments below, and I see him talking about, church, and they want to screw up our families, and they want to, kind of screw up the church and make legislation against the church. I mean, here's the thing. America's about freedom, freedom of a human being. If a human being is gay, you can't not give them the rights that a couple has. I think it's wrong that they take our term marriage. I think it's a sacred kind of term. It means a lot to a lot of people. I think if we had not neglected to give them the rights in the beginning and fought them so hard about being treated like human beings, I mean, they may be wrong, but you have to give them the rights as a couple. They're humans, all right? And I mean, if we hadn't fought them on that in the beginning, I think they would repeat ask and say, just call it something else. They would have. And then on top of that too, like abortion, it's like we have freedom of religion in this country, not from but of. And when you have a very religiously based belief, like life against conception, I mean, there's a certain point in time the baby is savable in the womb, and I agree with you, it's murder. But the thing is, though, that's still something inside of her, and it's her body. And freedom means you can do what you want with your body. You have the freedom to your person, the right to your person. And it's still her person. And it's inside of her person. And she has a right to it. I agree what she does is wrong if she decides to have an abortion. But when you legislate morality on somebody that's religious based, and you have something that's controversial, what happens? You open the door to people doing it to you. Like now you see the atheists using the same court system against us, taking nativity scenes off the corners, legislating the word Jesus out of an army chaplain vocabulary. But we opened the door to that by, legislating our morality and other people first, and now the atheists figured out how to do it to us. If we led by example, just like good lives, didn't stand out in front of abortion clinics just like Grim Reapers, and hold signs and criticize girls already making a hard decision, march at gay pride rallies, fucking saying you're all sinners and going to hell. You just said, I disagree with you, you're a human being. Maybe later on, those kind of people's life, where there's a girl got an abortion, or a guy who's been gay and it's not working out for him. He's wondering if there's something he better he should have done with his life, and maybe like not be homosexual. If you've just been a nice person, I don't agree. That's your choice. If you ever want to find something different, come talk to me. This guy and God is pretty cool. After that, you're a nice guy. You shut up after that, and they work with you. One of the things they want somebody to talk to you, they might come to you actually and ask you questions because you were a person who you saw as a disagreement with, a very, very big one, kind of in those two areas. But we're still kind, polite, courteous, and loving, and respectful of them, and knew what freedom meant. Knew that freedom meant you don't always agree with the guy next to you. They will maybe someday come talk to you, and if they come looking for you and what you gotta say, oh man, they're ready to listen. You might be able to share the message of God. That's why you gotta lead by example. I'm behind this Eduardo guy. It's awesome to see Latino saying what he says. But you gotta remember, freedom is freedom. America is America. We were a new nation of immigrants, and we all meld together for freedom and liberty. It's a common language to us. It's a common language to every man on the planet. That's what makes America great. And we want people to come here, and I welcome. We need to reform our system, and we welcome people to open arms that want to. But we have to remember that freedom is freedom. That's why we can all be different and get along. As long as we have that common language between us, and we respect that. And we are a nation that was founded on a Judeo-Christian God, and that's important. But there are certain things, like the rights of man. Thomas Jefferson kind of a kook as far as religion goes. I mean, you believe in God, but he did it in a weird way, and you can't really call it Christian. He wrote the line about these rights are derived from our Creator, these natural rights. And because even as kind of a semi-atheist, weird religious guy, and there's some atheists even that signed the Declaration of Independence. These people saw the power of saying our rights were from God, because that meant that no man gave them to us, no man can take them away from us. You see how they think something like that, atheists and Christians can agree and find the importance of God in the line, even if they don't believe in God, because they still know what it represents. So I've gone on a million different tangents here in this conversation. I'm just going to say, Eduardo Vestura, I'm going to fuck your last name, so I'm not going to say it. Thank you for the video. That was awesome to see a Latino that stands up for morality and what's right and wrong, and we heard these people to vote for freedom and vote for principles, that are their heritage and something that we share as Judeo-Christian God. But I also encourage people to not be judgmental of people that have other lifestyles, and remember that we will be better messengers of God if we are understanding and caring and loving and not hateful bastards. So, thank you. I hope you put my video comment up. I hope you accept it and put it up there. I think if you can bear with me for this long point in time, you will see some wisdom in what I say, and you will hear some words that maybe will give you some ammunition for debate, and help spread the message of freedom. But God, and also having principles. Thanks a lot, guys. This is Chuck Burns for the USA signing out. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. You can put my icon next to my comment if you put it up. Or you can just go to Chuck Burns for USA, but it's CHUCK, Chuck Burns, BURNS, and it's number 4, not the letter 4, number 4, USA, and there's no spaces in that. Chuck Burns for USA, no spaces. It's my YouTube channel. Check it out. Subscribe if you agree, and spread the message of freedom. Have a great night. And thanks for giving me your time, because I can give it back. So thank you for listening to me.